Greetings viewers, SunGuy 2009. Some of you are going to notice that the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you how to restore a Mac after you replace a hard drive. Now there are various ways to do this, and one of it, Apple has a software which we all know is called Time Machine. Time Machine, I used to think was another thing called System Restore, but boy was I wrong. But Time Machine really is, it go backs in time, finds your missing files and restore them to your desktop. But also at the same time, if you were to use Time Machine to back up your whole entire operating system, it keeps a snapshot image of that particular system. It also keeps snapshots of the various changes, whether you deleted a file, whether you deleted an application or added an application. All of that will be stored inside a secondary storage or hard drive. Now, Steve Jobs also have introduced another method called time capsule, which is a air-based hard drive, which is an air-based airport hard drive, or in this case we would call it a wireless hard drive. Pretty much your wireless device will detect the hard drive whether you're in the house or supposedly if you're in a different location. You will be able to detect the hard drive at your house, and you will be able to back up storage wherever you go. However, I kind of find it a bit of a downside for that. Sometimes wireless can drop over time, and also hard drives inside the wireless devices can fail over time. They are not always reliable. With that being said, there are alternatives. Now, if you have a secondary external drive you plug into your desktop or your laptop, you could use that for Time Machine. What will happen is your operating system will first give you a message saying if you want to back up using Time Machine, if you want to use that drive as a backup for Time Machine. It will prompt you that. If you choose no, it won't happen. If you choose yes, it will turn that secondary drive into a Time Machine. Pretty neat. Now, in a laptop, I found another alternative to do that. Something Steve Jobs probably wouldn't have thought about doing, but I would do it. This here is my 2010 MacBook, mid-2010 MacBook, and it is still serving me to this day. It's still functioning, it's doing everything as I asked. I'm pretty happy with it. It is 8 years old, but it's still running, still kicking. I can push this for another couple years, and it will be just fine. Sure, Apple might end up discontinuing the support for this, of course, but I'm not going to worry about it because I'm still going to be using it anyway until I can find me a affordable MacBook Pro, and that's not the one. That's a 2008. I bought the wrong one. So I'm keeping that as probably a collector's item. So let me show you the ingenious I've done with this particular design. And that modification pad is not one of them. My tape bottom panel. Oh well. I'm going to be servicing this real soon. It needs a new palm rest so I can get that trackpad working again. I'm getting about tired of having to use my external mouse all the time. I mean, the trackpad and all those things are very annoying, but hey. So give me a minute. I'll be right back. Let me open this thing because I don't have a tripod for my phone camera. And we'll see what goes on from there. Be right back. Now, I'm back. Now in here, as you can see, nothing too out of the original. There's my SSD. Yes, I have put an SSD in this 2010 MacBook because I love it. and it runs like brand new, and it's very rejuvenated, like a rocket ship, ready to go. I like my Mac running as fast as possible, and it's definitely, I mean, it's not perfect, but it is definitely a performer. It's one hell of a performer. It's not perfect as a MacBook Pro, it's not there, but oh well. Here is the secondary drive. So I'm pretty sure some of you are asking, well, what happened to the optical drive that was on here? Well, that when I got this computer used on eBay for $50, the optical drive was destroyed. It was damaged. It wasn't working. So therefore, it was unusable. And second of all, I have no use for an optical drive, because who these days use optical drives anymore, right? So I came up with an alternative. Instead of putting an optical drive in there, put a secondary hard drive. You wouldn't even notice the difference. So it's very simple. This is a 500 gigabyte. This here is a 500 gigabyte Western Digital Black, and it's sufficient enough. It's similar to what Time Capsule had at its time. I mean, I could do a terabyte or 2 terabyte depending on which one. So let's go ahead and put this in, and it's simple. It's going to be clipped in, but I'm going to definitely tape this. And why? And some of you are asking, well, why would you want to tape it? This connector has a tendency to come off because of this guy, and it's getting annoying. And when that happens, this computer would not recognize that this drive is there because this is not making proper contact. So I'm definitely going to put a tape on that to make sure it doesn't come loose, and it will help keep it supported. And no, it will not short out the board. It will just prevent it from coming apart. That's all, which is what I'm going to do. So again, I'll be right back, and I will show you how the process works. It's very simple. Okay, I got everything back together. So now I'm going to do is I'm just going to, as I said, I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to get this charger plugged in. That thing is fully charged. I will do a video review on that 2008 MacBook Pro later, but I have to say right now, so now I got my mouse ready. Sooner or later, one of these days, I'm going to replace this whole palm rest here. It needs to go. It has to go. I mean, I'm not going to be wasting my time with it. It's annoying. But anyway, let's start this up.
Get over here.
Right now, there's no operating system on here. So it's going to boot into the recovery mode, and I'm going to tell you what to do from there. I'm going to lock the door so nobody comes in here disturbing me. At this point, it will take a while. It depends, because it's trying to access the recovery partition which it has created. So when you have a Mac OS 10.9, I'm sorry, 10.7, I suppose, and then up to 10.12 or higher, what will happen is as you are installing the operating system, it will also create a separate partition which is for the recovery mode. in case if your operating system gets deleted or you just install a new drive or something like that. It's a recovery mode, therefore you don't have to get your CD, DVD, your USB flash drive, of course. If you lose your flash drive, you can actually go back and hopefully be able to restore the whole thing. Now with Time Machine, in my case, for this purpose of demonstration, I want to let everyone know that I did indeed erase the SSD. I did back up my stuff just in case. This is a testing purpose to show how good this method works. So as I told you, I put a secondary drive on here. So that secondary drive may have also had a recovery partition on there, even though I erased it off the SSD. So we're going to go right on in and we're going to say next. And then we have different choices. Now if you were to boot up a USB or have a DVD, a big DVD of course, you would be able to reinstall the Mac OS system, Mac OS system file itself and everything on it. You would be able to do the installation there. You would go into disk utility, you would wipe everything and all of that stuff. Now if you're like me and you have a secondary drive on here on your laptop which you modified yourself, you have another option. Let's say you don't want to reinstall the operating system. You have all your stuff on Time Machine that you have placed, like your application and all. You just wanted everything to go back to the way it was as it was working. Well, here we go. We're going to do that right now. So what we're going to click on is Restore from Time Machine Back. So we're going to go to Restore from Time Machine Backup. Going to hit Continue. Then you'll see Restore from Time Machine. And note it says important about restoring from backup. Restoring the backup will erase the selected destination disk. Use Migration Assist to restore from backup to new computer. To restore individual files, use Time Machine in the folder. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to Continue. So if you had a computer that uses Time Machine, if you have a computer that had a Time Machine application on there, all your stuff should be backed up on a storage device such as an external hard drive or a secondary drive, or in Apple's new product, so-called new product, time capsule. Anyway, we're going to use this. I'm going to use my secondary device, which is on this laptop, and I already had it labeled. It's Time Machine. I'm going to say Continue, and it's going to look for all the backups I have created over the years. And as you can see, I have had a ton of it. It started from July 10th of 2017, and it is now September 22nd, 2017. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to use, in my case, I'm going to be using the latest restore date. Whatever restore date you think you have the most stuff on, feel free to use it. I'm not sure if one of the restore date will be deleted once you do that, but I do know it will restore it depending on how that file was configured or how everything was set on that particular day, depending on the snapshot that was created. So in this case, we're going to use what I had here, and this will take a long time for me because I had a lot of stuff stored on here. So I'm going to hit Continue, and I want to, then it will ask me for a destination, and of course I'm going to say I want it on my PNY drive, and then I'm going to hit Restore, and as it says down there, the system will restore onto the disk. So I'm going to say Restore. And let's see, it says here And this is what you guys got to do before you click anything. Warning, read this. Restore your system erases all of the content of Untitled. Are you sure you want to continue? You will lose all information currently on the disk. Make sure you have backed up any items you want to keep. Now, again, if you feel like your system is screwed up and you have all your stuff on there, I suggest you stop what you're doing, go back into that operating system, back everything up right now. Don't do anything until all of your stuff is backed up. Because I'm warning you, once you do this, all the stuff you have currently on your machine will be gone. Now, in my case, I don't have to worry because I erased the SSD. And in case if I don't get all my files back, I'll go back to my external hard drive and dump it back in. No big deal. So for me, I'm going to say continue. But if you have stuff on the drive or an SSD, I suggest you back up now. Do not hit continue until you back everything up, until you have everything. This is the final warning, and that's it. And remember, this video, I am not responsible for any lost data which you have had and which you may claim that I have done due to this video, making of this video. So I'm going to hit continue, and I'm going to let it do its thing. And it's going to erase everything on here. Yes, it's going to format the drive, but then once it does that, it's going to make sure the hard drive is doing what it's supposed to do. Find the snapshot which I have selected, and it's going to restore my SSD back to whatever configuration I had it set for that particular day. So, and this will take a while depending on the computer itself. It is a long process, but patience is key. At this point, I would suggest, once this is running, go out, get a cup of coffee, watch a movie, do whatever you have to do, and come back. Check after every 30 minutes. That's my suggestion there. In about 30 minutes, everything should be complete, and it should be restored. And we're back. As you can see, we got 95%, and it's about finished, and it's about to restart. It looks like it finished everything, and now we're going to be rebooting, and hopefully everything is restored. So here we go. Oh, come on, stupid. Sorry about that. If this thing can't focus, I'm really apologizing for that. Okay. Now let's see if it'll let me boot in. So now we're gonna see where it goes from there. That is, I have to admit though, I can hardly believe it myself, but Time Machine actually restored my stuff. It restored my whole operating system. And I don't want to use iCloud. Nope. I'm going to say no. I'm going to skip it. Yes, I'm going to skip it. wow, there's my application which I saved. That's awesome. And I'm going to close that out. Here's my Microsoft Word. I'll update it later. But wow, all my stuff that was originally on there is restored. I wonder if my Paragon, is installed on there. Yeah, it is installed on there. I wonder if it's activated actually. If it's activated, I swear to you, I'm gonna be happy. Because that's what I was hoping it would do. Oh wow, looking at it so far, I'm seeing promises. So, let's open it up. And it's activated, yeah? Oh man, I gotta activate it. Never mind. Well, that's not a big deal, I can do that. And then hopefully the next time I use Time Machine and restore the machine, it'll be just fine. But, wow, it restored everything. Everything the way it is, all my files, everything is on here now. It's restored. And man, I'm happy. I'm happy at what I'm looking at here. That is sweet. That is so sweet, man. I actually like that. So there you have it, folks. If you want to restore stuff, use Time Machine on an Apple computer. Usually I would give Apple a lot of crap about something behind camera, but this is one of those cases I'm feeling like, you know, Apple did a great job with creating Time Machine. I wish Windows could do that. No hate against Microsoft, but they haven't even integrated something as phenomenal as this one. And I gotta say, kudos to Apple for creating such a useful program. Can you imagine losing your stuff in the middle of or working, or you accidentally deleted something and you need it for work tomorrow, and you couldn't do a thing like this on a Windows, but you can do this on a Mac? Can you imagine how useful this feature would be if you lost that particular file and you could be able to have the ability to get it back? That would be so sweet, man. I really like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Thank you for watching. If you want to see any more videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. And subscribe to my friend Don't Say Toxic. And I'll continue making more videos as soon as I'm done having fun with this Aston Martin Vanquish.